What if everything your doctor told you about blood pressure was only half the story? Most people are handed a prescription and sent home. But what if you could actually reverse high blood pressure, not just manage it? Stay right here, because a cardiologist is about to break down what truly works. Welcome back to BioWell Hub, the channel where we cut through the noise and give you science-backed answers about your health. I'm so glad you're here today, because high blood pressure, or hypertension, is one of the most misunderstood conditions out there. It silently affects nearly half of all adults, and yet most people have no idea that real, meaningful reversal is possible without lifelong medication in many cases. Today, we're going deep on what the evidence actually says. No fluff, no gimmicks, just real answers. Let's start with something most people don't realize. Blood pressure is not a fixed number. It is a dynamic measurement that responds, sometimes dramatically, to the choices you make every single day. That means the power to change it is largely in your hands. The first and most powerful lever you have is sodium. Not just table salt. We're talking about the hidden sodium lurking in processed foods, canned soups, deli meats, and fast food. The average person consumes nearly double the recommended amount of sodium daily. When sodium floods your bloodstream, your body holds onto water to dilute it, and that extra fluid increases the pressure inside your arteries. Cutting processed food alone and sticking to whole, fresh ingredients can drop systolic blood pressure by 5 to 10 points in just a few weeks. That is the equivalent of taking a mild medication, and you did it with your fork. Now let's talk about potassium, because this is where most people leave serious points on the table. Potassium and sodium work like a seesaw in your body. The more potassium you eat, the more sodium your kidneys flush out. Foods like bananas, avocados, sweet potatoes, spinach, and lentils are potassium powerhouses. Studies consistently show that increasing potassium intake lowers blood pressure independently of sodium reduction. So this is not about eating less of something. It's about eating more of the right things. Next up is exercise. And I want to be specific here because the type of exercise matters. Aerobic exercise, walking briskly, cycling, swimming, jogging, has the strongest evidence behind it for lowering blood pressure. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, can reduce systolic pressure by up to 8 millimeters of mercury. That is not a small number. What happens physiologically is that regular aerobic movement causes your blood vessels to become more flexible and efficient, your heart gets stronger, and your body becomes better at regulating all the hormones that control blood pressure. Here's one that surprises people: sleep. Chronic poor sleep raises cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that constrict your blood vessels and keep your heart rate elevated. People who consistently sleep less than 6 hours a night have significantly higher rates of hypertension. Prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night is not a luxury, it is medicine. Addressing sleep apnea in particular can cause dramatic drops in blood pressure because every time breathing stops during the night, there is a spike in blood pressure. Treating sleep apnea is one of the most underrated interventions in cardiovascular medicine. Chronic psychological stress keeps your body in a low-grade fight or flight state, flooding your system with stress hormones that raise blood pressure over time. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, yoga, and even regular time in nature have measurable effects on the nervous system. Studies on slow diaphragmatic breathing show reductions in blood pressure that are clinically significant. These are not just wellness trends. The mechanism is real, and the data backs it up. Alcohol deserves a mention here too. Even moderate drinking raises blood pressure more than most people realize. Cutting back or eliminating alcohol can yield noticeable improvements within weeks. And if you are carrying excess weight, particularly around your abdomen, losing even 5 to 10% of your body weight can meaningfully lower blood pressure. Visceral fat, the fat around your organs, is metabolically active and drives inflammation and hormonal changes that directly affect your cardiovascular system. The combination of these changes, stacked together, is powerful enough that many people with stage 1 hypertension have been able to reduce or even eliminate their need for medication under medical supervision. Here's the bottom line. High blood pressure is not a life sentence. It is a signal from your body that something needs to change, and the good news is that change is absolutely within reach. Start with one thing on this list today. Just one. Because the best intervention is the one you'll actually do. If this gave you a new perspective, please hit that like button and subscribe to BioWell Hub. We are building a community of people who take their health seriously. Drop a comment below and tell me which change you're going to make first. I'll see you in the next one. Stay well.